Hello and welcome to the 30k channel Adeptus Titanicus, the home of Titanic warfare during the Horus Heresy. I'm your host Dan Porter. That's right, we've binned off David Brains. He's off doing something else. I'm in charge now. I've got my hands on the control of the MANIPLE. It's going to be exactly the same sort of stuff you expect. High quality games, top quality models, incredible boards, decent gameplay, all that kind of stuff you love, but featuring Adeptus Titanicus Titans. So with me today, I've got two of my good friends who are helping me out filming one of the first games we're going to be doing on the channel. There's going to be lots more content coming though, so don't worry about that. I've got Alistair here who lives in Birmingham now, and we've got Spencer from Leicester.
How you doing?
So, really pleased to have you today, chaps. I think this is going to be a great game. When we initially started this, not all of the models were released, but we've now got a full AXIOM MANIPLE I'm really pleased about. A couple of Warlords, a couple of Reavers, and a Warlord, a couple of Reavers, and a couple of Warhounds, and then a bit of an asymmetrical battle. I'm sure if you've been playing stuff at home, you might have got a bit bored with the kind of Warlord on Warlord action that came with the Grandmaster box. But now we've got some new models out from GW and Forge World. I think we're starting to see some variation. So I think what we've got here is a really nice asymmetrical game that will give us some really interesting gameplay action for you guys to watch.
I think it's quite clear the fact we've got between us, I think, one of every unit that's available at the moment, haven't we?
That's true, actually. I hadn't even spotted that. That's good call. Yeah. So, Alistair, tell us a bit about yourself.
So, I'm Alistair. I'm originally from Leicester. You play the Fat Cats a lot with Dan and Spin. Recently moved to Birmingham, so I've kind of started to play a lot in Birmingham as well. And today I've brought with me my Legio Kaustus, who are these guys. So that's a Myrmidon MANIPLE with 2 Warlords and a Reaver. And I've bought 2 banners of Knights from House Tervik.
Cool. And so what have you got with you, Spencer?
I have actually brought your own Legio Profundis.
I've never seen these models before in my life.
I'm as quite well known around our area. I'm a member of Leicester Fat Cats, as Alistair said. I am known for not painting stuff very often, so Dan has been very kind enough to lend me his own Legio, which is looking very nice at the moment, and with 2 new Warhounds hot off the press, I would say.
Yeah, it's not that long ago that were released. It should be saying that my Legio will be making appearances periodically on the channel. It's kind of going to be the loyalist force going forward, so that's all good. And I'll be adding stuff to it as we go. So, mission we're going to be playing today. Before we start, I should say we're going to be using all of the advanced rules and some of the optional rules. The optional rules that we won't be using are destructible terrain, mainly because it's quite tricky we haven't got that much terrain that we can have destroyed versions of it as well. And we won't be using the scatterfire rules as well for blast weapons that miss. Everything else though is in game. So we're going to have stratagems. We've got warlord traits for the Princeps Senioris. And yeah, so we're going to be using all those rules. So the mission today we're going to be playing is a standoff deployment, which, if you're unfamiliar with this, it's kind of a bit like what's it called in 30k? What would the equivalent be called?
I can't remember. It's basically a triangular deployment.
It's the triangle corners, basically.
Yeah,
So the triangle corners. We have reversed it for the purpose of this, just because of the way the board is set out. The default corners that we'd use don't really work with the deployment, but it's essentially the same other than that. So it's a standoff deployment, and because of the way the Adeptus Titanicus rules work, you roll 2 in a match play mission. You roll 2 objectives and play one of them, and the other one's kind of irrelevant, but you keep that secret from your opponents. So which ones did you roll?
I rolled Vital Cargo and Hold the Line.
Okay, and Spencer, which ones did you roll?
I rolled Retrieval and also Vital Cargo.
Okay, now through the wizardry of television, we'll put these up here, the secret ones they've picked for you to so you know what's going on, even if they don't. Cool. Yeah, so that's it. We've got our missions. Oh, we should say as well our Princeps Senioris. So our Princeps Senioris has got a rule. We'll cover that in the army list though. Okay. I think with that we're ready to rock and roll, aren't we, gents?
So we're going.
Sure am.
Excellent. Princeps, start your engines.
1600 points of Legio Kaustus in a Myrmidon MANIPLE with support from Knights from House Tervik. Leading the Legio Kaustus is a Princeps Senioris, Kovok Na, the Ruin of Cities. It's a Warlord Titan, armed with 2 Bellicosa volcano cannons and an Apocalypse missile launcher. The Princeps Senioris trait is Dominant Strategist, which allows it to pick to go first at the start of a turn. The second warlord is Manage Het, the Tread of Thousands. It is a warlord armed with 2 Bellicosa volcano cannons and an Apocalypse missile launcher. The final Titan is Sorum Mur, the Seventh Son. It's a Reaver Titan armed with an Apocalypse missile launcher, a laser blaster, and a Titan power fist. The Legio Kaustus is supported by 2 Knight banners from House Turvik. Both are identically armed, with a thermal cannon, an Avenger Gatling cannon, and a rapid-fire battle cannon. In both cases, the Seneschal is armed with a battle cannon.
1600 points of Legio Profundis as part of an AXIOM MANIPLE. Legio Profundis is led by the Princeps Honorius in a Warlord Titan called the Wrath of Thalassia. It is armed with 2 Bellicosa volcano cannons, an Apocalypse missile launcher, and he has a Princeps Honorius trait of Favoured by Fortune. Reaver Battle Titan called the Kraken Bane. This is armed with 2 Gatling blasters and an Apocalypse missile launcher. Reaver Titan called the Black Trident. This is armed with 2 laser blasters and an Apocalypse missile launcher. Warhound Titan called the Sea Fury is armed with 2 Vulcan megabolters. Warhound Titan called the Warspite. This is armed with a plasma blast gun and an Inferno cannon.
Okay, we're all set up then, gentlemen. We're just about to roll for priority. Alistair, you've got command of the battlefield, is that right?
It does.
I get a D10.
You get a D10. Spencer, you get a...
Get a D6 for me, unfortunately.
Okay, let's see that roll off then.
That's a 4.
That's also a 4.
Oh, that's a re-roll then.
Strong start.
That's a 7.
I can't beat that. Not on a 3.
Okay, so let's have a friendly handshake, gentlemen.
It's a good one.
I'll take first turn, thanks. Turn 1 strategy phase, Legio Kaustus priority. The first order will be issued to support Banner Alpha. They're going to take a full stride order. Normally they have a command value of 6, but because I've got a Seneschal in there, it's going to be a 4 or more because they're +2. That's a 1. That's a bad start and a failed command check.
That's an excellent result for me. Legio Kaustus failing their first command check means that they're no longer able to apply commands to the rest of their maniple. That's going to give me quite the advantage, especially as I have an Axiom maniple, which means that even if I fail this command check now, I can move on and still place new commands. I'm going to start with Warspite though, the Warhound there, and I'm going to give him a full stride order. This is on a command of a 5+. Let's see how we get on. That's failed on a 2, which is unfortunate. Even though I failed that last command check, being an Axiom Maniple means I can still continue giving orders. My next order is going to be a full stride to the Warhound Sea Fury. Once again, it's a 5+ command. Let's see if I can pass this one. No, unfortunately. Moving on, the Reaver Black Trident is going to take a full stride order. As a Reaver, he's got a 4+ command. Let's see if I can pass this one. It's been successful. Moving on again, the Reaver Kraken Bane is also going to receive a full stride order, just like before, needing a 4+. He's been unsuccessful. The final Titan to receive commands is my Princeps Honorius, the Wrath of Thalassia. He has a command of 3+, and I'm going to put him on a first fire order. He's also failed.
Movement phase, turn 1, Legio Kaustus priority. After some electromagnetic interference led to a fairly disastrous command phase, I've pushed up Night Banner Beta up the battlefield, get into those buildings, hopefully frustrate Spencer's plans.
As my first movement, Warhound Sea Fury is going to push his reactor, due to not being able to get that command off earlier. Let's see what I get. That's reasonable.
The second banner from House Turvik has moved up towards the centre of the battlefield to join the other knights. The seventh sun has moved up to get a better position to start taking some shots up at the advancing enemy titans.
Legio Profundis, we've had the Black Trident move forwards, trying to use the cover of the buildings, and we've had Kraken Bane move around from the mountainside to try and get some better shots off.
The Tread of Thousands is going to try and push their reactor to get some more movement. Let's see what happens. Oh, we keep the reactor cool.
Legio Profundis' next move action is on the Warhound Warspite. I'm going to push the reactor to get some extra movement. Let's see what we get. Just a single point of plasma.
End of turn 1 movement phase. Both the Ruin of Cities and its counterpart on the opposite side, the Wrath of Thalassia, have rotated to line up some shots for the combat phase later. However, we're now heading into the repair phase. Turn 1 repair phase, Legio Kaustus priority. The reactors of Legio Kaustus have stayed cool this turn, so there's nothing that needs to be done.
However, Legio Profundis, I did push a couple of the reactors and need to try and cool them down a little bit. I'm going to start with the Warhound Sea Fury. Ideally looking for 4s due to the fact that I've got 2 Servitor Clades, I get to roll 2 dice. That's great. Moving on to the Warhound Warspite. Once again, has 2 Servitor Clades, so I get to roll 2 dice, and I'm looking for 4s to try and reduce the heat on the reactor. I get 1 6, which is all I need to reduce it.
Turn 1 combat phase, Legio Kaustus priority. To start, the Warlord Titan, Ruin of Cities, is going to open fire on Sea Fury. The Apocalypse missile launchers are out of arc, so we're going to start with one of the volcano cannons. First of all, let's see how the reactor behaves. That's 1 point on the reactor track. Because Sea Fury is obscured, that's going to be -2 to hit. So it would normally be 3, instead it's now 5s. That's a hit. Great news. That's going to be 2 Void Shield saves.
Okay, Warhound has a 3+ on this. Let's see what we get. That's not great. I lose 2 Void Shields.
Brilliant. That's a great start. Second volcano cannon is going to open up. First of all, let's see what happens to the reactor. Oh, that's a machine spirit check. Command value of the Ruin of Cities is 3, so I need a 3 or more. Stays in command. Excellent. As before, a 5 is needed to hit. A 6. Great news. That'll be 2 Void Shield saves.
Due to the damage it took earlier, I now need a 4+ on my Void Shields to try and stop this and see what we can do. 1 success, 1 failure, unfortunately. Legio Profundis' first combat action, the Reaver Titan Kraken Bane, has chosen the Warlord Titan Tread of Thousands as his target. We've already checked the range on the Gatling Blasters, and unfortunately they're out of range. However, the Apocalypse Missile Launcher is not. At this point, we are going to try and strip some Void Shields. So I get 5 shots with no modifiers, so we only need a 3+. Let's see what we get. All of them hit.
That's 5 hits to save on the Void Shields. They're still at full, so this will be 3 or more. I pass them all. Great result. The Tread of Thousands will return fire at Krakenbane. The Apocalypse missile launchers are out of arc, so we're going to start with the volcano cannon. First of all, let's see what happens to the reactor. That's 1 point of heat. Crack and Bane is unobscured, so I get to use my full ballistic skill, meaning 3s to hit. That's a fantastic 6, meaning 2 hits on Crack and Bane's void shields.
Crack and Bane's void shields are at maximum, so I get a 3+ to try and save this. 1 success, 1 failure.
Second volcano cannon lined up. First of all, let's check the reactor. Oh, that's 2 points of heat. Bit of a disaster. Again, 3s to hit. Fantastic. Another 2 hits.
My voids haven't been stripped enough yet, so I'm still on a 3+ to try and stop these. Both successful this time, excellent. Legio Profundis' next combat action is for the Princeps Senioris in the Warlord Wrath of Thalassia. He's going to take revenge and target the Tread of Thousands on the opposite side of the board. Now, he's unrestricted, so I get a straight shot. I'm going to start with the Apocalypse Missile Launchers, which is 10 shots, needing 2+ to hit. Let's see how we go and try and strip some of those void shields. They've all been successful. That's a great one for me. So that's 10 hits. Moving on to your saves.
So my voids are still at full, so this is on a 3 or more. Let's see what happens. Oh, that's not great. I lose 4 void shields.
That's a great result for me. It's left that Warlord on 1 void shield. So I'm going to use my volcano cannons now. Let's try and see if we can strip that last one. Starting off with the heat. Let's see if we can keep the temperature down on the reactor. 1 point of heat though. Continuing on, let's see if I can hit the Tread of Thousands. He's unobstructed, so I need 3+ to hit. Excellent hits. That's 2 hits to save.
Down to my last void. So that's a 4 or more. Both passed. Tread of Thousands keeps its voids up.
Going to continue on to the second volcano cannon because the servitors on the Tread of Thousands is doing a very good job of keeping those voids active. Let's see what the reactor does though. It's another point of heat. Let's see if we can hit. I need a 3+ this time again because he's in the open. Hopefully we'll do well. Excellent. That's another 2 hits on the Tread of Thousands.
2 void shield saves, again needing 4 up. Let's see if I can be as lucky as last time. Wonderful, they stay up. The 7th sun is going to open up at Warspite, which is right in the open in the middle of those buildings. First of all, it's going to shoot with the Apocalypse Missile Launcher. It's within 30 inches, so I'm not getting +1, so it'll be 3s to hit. That's 3 hits on the void shields.
As this is the first attack it's taken, the void shields are at full, needing a 3+ to try and save these. Only 1 goes down.
Next is the Laser Blaster. Really need to drop Warspite's shields, so we're going to push the reactor to get the Shield Bane special rule, which would -1 to their voids. First of all, let's see what happens to the reactor. That's 1 point of heat. That's 3 shots at long range, so I need 4s to hit. That's 2 hits, not bad.
Okay, because I've lost the void already, Warspite is now on 4s to try and save. And 5s because of the shield drain. Both fail, unfortunately. Legio Profundis' next combat action is for the Warhound Sea Fury. Is going to target House Turvik Unit Beta. I've got 12 shots with my Vulcan Mega Bolter, and they need 3s to hit because they're in the open. We get 6 successes. One of those is a 6, which is an additional hit on top of that.
That's 8 hits on the banner. It's strength 4, and I've got 3 knights left. So that'll be a 4-up Ion Shield save. Oh, that's not good. I failed 4.
So we worked it out. I need 5s and 6s to be able to cause any damage on the knights. Let's see what we get with 4 dice. Reroll that one. Nothing, unfortunately.
the banner will return fire at Sea Fury with the battle cannon. There's 2 shots in there, needing 4s to hit. That's 1 hit. Let's see which location we hit. That's a head. Heads are tough, so I need a 6 or more to cause any damage. Just shy. The Warhound is unscathed.
Next action for Legio Profundis was for the Black Trident to utilise its full stride order. He decided to do a sidestep and move another 6 inches forward as best he can do.
House Turvik, Banner Alpha, tried to shoot at Warspite in the buildings, but all the weapons were either out of arc, out of line of sight, or out of range.
Moving on, the Warhound Warspite has seen that the Banner Alpha is in the open, so he's going to use his Plasma Blast gun on maximal fire and try and see if we can take them down. So it's 2 shots, needing a 4+ though. So unfortunately I've rolled a 1, and they're both missed.
Turn 1 end phase, Legio Kaustus priority. There's no ongoing effects to resolve, and all order dice are removed.
As a catch-up, the reason why the Warspite had to add a point of heat to its reactor was because I had rolled a 1 on the to-hit roll due to using maximal fire with the Plasma Blast gun.
That's the end of turn 1. There's been a lot of firepower going on. Fortunately, the Legio Kaustus Void Shields have remained raised, and I've not taken any significant damage. It's been a mixed bag for Profundis, however, because both the Warhounds in the centre have had their Void Shields stripped. Let's see what happens as we go into turn 2. Turn 2 strategy phase. We've rolled again, and Legio Kaustus once more has priority. To start, the Ruin of Cities has had a first fire order successfully placed on it, hopefully to get some shots off at Sea Fury making its way up towards the objective. Knight Banner Alpha has had a charge order placed on it, just to threaten that objective if one of the Warhounds tries to claim it.
Legio Profundis started off with trying to put a first fire order on the Wrath of Thalassia. Unfortunately that failed. However, I continued on. The Black Trident has gone for a full march order, and then finishing off with Sea Fury, who also has a full march order.
Turn 2 movement phase, Legio Kaustus priority. To start, the Ruin of Cities will use its first fire order to open up on Sea Fury. We're firing with the Bellicosa Volcano Cannon. First of all, let's check the reactor. That's 1 point of heat. Now to take the shot. It's obscured by 50%, so it's going to be -2 to hit, so 5s to hit. That's a hit. Really great. As Sea Fury's Void Shields are down, I get to immediately hit the location. Hits its leg. Let's see what happens. Strength 12, 2 hits. That's nothing, and a critical hit.
Legio Profundis, as part of the movement phase, decided to have the Warhound Sea Fury move to try and make an early capture on the objective.
The Tread of Thousands has made a small rotation to get the Titans in the centre in arc.
Cautious of the Knight Banner Alpha moving forward, the Warspite Warhound move forward to try and block the gap.
Using their charge order, the Knight Banner charged straight into Warspite. With the movement that we did, we've got 11 attacks. Let's see what happens. The Knights are going to reach up and try and rip their head off Warspite. Got 11 attacks, needing 2s to hit. That's 2 misses, making for a total of 9 hits. That's 4 or more to do a point of damage. It's not a great roll, but that's 4 direct hits.
To finish off the movement phase for Legio Profundis, the Krakenbane has moved forward, as has the Black Trident, to try and isolate the Tread of Thousands. At the end, the Wrath of Thalassia has decided to stay still. It's already got good line of sight on the Tread of Thousands, and also wants to benefit, if needed, from its own battlefield asset.
For Legio Kaustus, the seventh sun has started to make its way towards the centre of the battlefield, where Knight Banner Beta has also got involved. There's a lot going on, there's an objective in the middle. We're going to try and keep Legio Profundis from picking it up. Turn 2 repair phase. Legio Kaustus priority. To start, the Wrath of Thousands is going to make a repair roll. His shields are down, his reactor's looking a bit hot. We really need some good rolls here. 4 or more will be useful. That's not a great roll, only allows me to repair 1 point of heat on the plasma reactor.
As a first repair action for Legio Profundis, Warspite is going to try and pull back some voids if possible. At worst, we'll try and fix part of the plasma. It's got 2 servitor clades. We need at least a 4, 5 or 6. 6 to reactivate the void shields and a 5 to repair one as well.
Next is the Ruin of Cities. Need to cool the reactor off, so we're looking for 4s. That's not a bad roll. I can drop 3 points on the reactor.
My next repair action for Legio Profundis will be on Sea Fury. Pretty much same again. Need to try and get those void shields back up. So needing 5s or 6s this time. No success there, unfortunately.
Finally for Legio Kaustus, the 7th sun has 1 point of heat on his reactor. 3 dice, looking for a single 4 up. Here we go. Beautiful. He's nice and cool.
Legio Profundis' next repair action is going to be on Krakenbane. He's only got voids to try and repair. He's got 3 servitor clades, so we're going to need to try and get a single 5 on his dice. Very successful. That'd be perfect. For Legio Profundis' final repair action, the Wrath of Thalassia is going to try and cool down its plasma reactor. As a warlord, it's got 4 servitor clades, only needing 4 up on this. Luckily, successful on a 5+. Just to catch up quickly, the Sea Fury Warhound in the centre table has picked up the objective at the end of the movement phase.
Turn 2 combat phase. Legio Kaustus priority. To start, Knight Banner Alpha are going to swing up at Warspite. Again, they're going to target its head. To start, it'll be the Reaper Chainblades. These need 2s to hit. Oh, 2 misses, but 1 hit. Let's roll the damage from this 1 hit. That's a 5, which is a direct hit, which will, because there's no structural points left on the head, that'll do 1 critical hit. With the head having only 2 points of critical damage remaining, the knights have targeted all their remaining weapons up at it and taken it out. Now we're going to roll the catastrophic damage table. Incredible result. Titan death in the centre. The resulting explosion took a void shield off of the Black Trident, did some damage to the body of Sea Fury, and did a direct hit to both banners of knights in the centre.
Legio Profundis' first combat action is to use Sea Fury's full stride order to try and move away from the knights that were attacking it.
Said unit of knights are going to open up with all of their weaponry into the side of Sea Fury. We'll do this off camera and then let you know the results. A lot of firepower, a lot of hits, a lot of posturing, but not a lot of damage from the knights, leaving Sea Fury unscathed.
Legio Profundis' next combat action is going to be by Krakenbane. He's going to be firing his Apocalypse missile launcher at the Tread of Thousands Warlord directly in front of it. The Warlord is wide open, so I need 3s to hit. Only 1 miss. I'll take that out.
I've only got 1 void left on a 4 or more. It's going to take a big miracle for me to keep this in the game. Not to be. Voids are down.
Excellent job there stripping the void shields. However, the Gatling blasters are not strong enough to hurt the Warlord, so that is his activation done.
It's time for revenge from the Tread of Thousands. It's going to open up on the Black Trident in front of it. We're starting off with the Apocalypse missile launchers. Not at long range, so there'll be 3s to hit with 10 shots. Let's go. That's 8 hits. Pretty good.
The voids are still up, needing 3s to stop this. Unfortunately, that is 3 voids down.
Now the Black Trident's voids are down, we're going to go with the Bellicosa Volcano Cannons. If I get a direct hit, I'm going to be hitting Black Trident and the Warhound Titan Sea Fury right next to it. If I scatter, I could hit my own knights. This could be bad news for me. First of all, let's see what happens when we push the reactor. Oh, that's a machine spirit check. Let's see if I can stay in control of the Titan. It's a big moment for Legio Kaustus. They really need this command check to pass. It's a 3-up on a D10. Here we go. That's a 9. Let's proceed to the hit. He's wide in the open, so I need a 3 or more to hit. That's a hit. That's 2 hits onto Black Trident and 1 onto Sea Fury. Great news about the direct hit. We're now going to roll the location. First of all, we'll do the Reaver, Black Trident. That takes a hit on the special location, but becomes its body because there's no special location. Then, we'll do the Warhound Sea Fury. That takes a hit straight into its head. Let's find out what the damage rolls are. First, we're going to roll the damage on the Black Trident's body. That's 1 devastating hit and 1 critical hit. Time to roll the damage on the head of Sea Fury. Let's see what happens. That's a 2. That's a devastating hit. Incredible shooting so far. Time to open up with the second volcano cannon. First of all, let's see what the reactor's doing. That's nothing. Beautiful. As they're in the open, that's a 3 to hit the Black Trident. That's a miss. We scatter. We'll see what happens. The shot scatters, but fortunately just manages to clip the Reaver. Let's see what location we hit. That's a hit on the leg. I'm strength 12. Let's see what the damage is. That's a 14, which on the leg is a devastating hit.
Legio Profundis' next combat action, the Wrath of Thalassia, is going to take a shot with its Bellicosa Volcano Cannon at the Tread of Thousands, who has now lost all of its void shields. First thing we need to do, though, is see what happens with the reactor. Oh dear, we're going to have to try and control that machine spirit. Time to see if the Princeps can control the machine spirit. Has a commander 3+. Let's see if we can control it. He's all good. Okay then, moving on to the Volcano Cannon. The Tread of Thousands is in the open, so I need a 3+ to hit. Could do with this to go through. That is a hit. Let's see what damage we cause. Let's see what the location is. That is hit the leg. Let's see what damage we cause to the legs. So that is a 16 and an 18.
That's a devastating hit and a critical hit.
Great result so far. Let's go with the second Bellicosa Volcano Cannon and see what the reactor can do. Once again, we have to control that machine spirit. Let's see if the Princeps can control this machine spirit again. He's fine. Let's move on to see if we can hit the Warlord over there. Needing a 3+. I'm going to roll that one again. There we go. Let's see what location we get. Got the leg again. This is going to be good for me. Let's see what damage we cause. We get a 2 15s.
That becomes 16 with the damage that the Warlord's already taken, making for another 2 devastating hits.
After the excellent amount of damage that we've caused on the legs, I'm going to take the Apocalypse Missile Launcher. I'm going to target those legs again and see if we can try and finish off this Warlord. So as a result of the modifiers, I need 4s to hit on 10 dice. That's some good hits. I like that. That's 7 hits so far. Let's see what damage we can cause. I basically need 2 5s or 6s to be able to take this down, this Warlord. Here we go. Just got it.
Second Titan death of the turn. The Titan falls backwards, does nothing. The Ruinous Cities is going to take revenge. We're opening up with the Bellicosa volcano cannons at the Black Trident, hiding in the centre behind some buildings. First of all, let's push the reactor. Let's see what happens. Thus, 2 points of heat, a bad result. The shot will be at -2, so I'll need 5s to hit, because the Black Trident is 50% obscured. If I get a direct hit, I'll also hit Sea Fury. Let's see what happens. Need that 5. Oh, that's a 3. We're going to scatter. First shot scatters wildly into the middle of nowhere, turns some sand to glass. Let's fire the second volcano cannon. Once again, we need to push that reactor. The Machine Spirit awakens. Let's see if we can keep control of the Titan. Princeps keeps control of its Titan. Now we need to roll to hit. Looking for that 5. Or flirted with it, but not to be. We're going to scatter. A wild scatter clipped the Knight banner in front of it. Very luckily, no one was hurt.
Even though Legio Profundis still has the Black Trident to be able to activate, he was on a full stride order. I've taken a decision to not move him though and maintain his cover, as he is suffering quite a lot under the firepower it's taking.
The 7th Sun is going to open up with all its weapons at the Black Trident in front of it. The Black Trident is nicely obscured by that building, so that's going to be -2. So we're looking at 6s to hit with a laser blaster. Let's see what happens. Oh, that's a hit. Nice work. Let's see what location we've hit. That's special, which becomes the body. Let's see what the damage is. That's a 6, +1 because the damage the body's already taken, making for a total of 15.
That is a critical hit.
Finally, we're going to open up with the Apocalypse Missile Launcher on top. That's 5 dice, needing 6s to hit. That's 1 hit. This is a very chancy shot. I really need to hit the body to do any damage. Let's see if I can do it. That's the head. Head's too tough. Apocalypse Missile Launcher isn't strong enough. No damage, no dice. Turn 2, end phase. Legio Kaustus priority. It's been a brutal turn. For Legio Profundis, the Titans in the middle took a beating. One of the Warhounds is dead, and the other 2 have no voids and a lot of damage on them. However, it's not all been good news for Legio Kaustus. The tread of 1,000 treads no more. It's fallen. This is a big blow. That's a lot of my firepower.
That's an excellent blow for Legio Profundis. However, the Black Trident in the centre has taken some severe damage. This means there's a lasting effect. It's taken a plasma reactor leak. This means we're going to have to add an extra point of plasma heat onto the track.
Turn 3, strategy phase. Legio Kaustus have just taken priority thanks to the dominant strategist trait. There was no roll. Both Knight Banners tried to take charge orders, however only one was successful. That was Knight Banner Beta.
Legio Profundis strategy phase. I decided to put the full stride order onto Sea Fury. This is because he was able to obtain the objective last turn. I also tried to put on a repair action onto the Black Trident, but was unsuccessful. As a result, I moved on, and the key moment here is I've decided to play my strategy card, which is Blind Barrage. And this has been put onto Sea Fury to try and keep him safe for this turn.
Turn 3 movement phase, Legio Kaustus priority. Knight Banner Beta have led a charge against Sea Fury. This Warhound needs to be taken down. It's got the objective, it's got full stride orders, it's about to get away. There's 11 attacks. Normally, there would be 2s to hit. However, because of the blind barrage stratagem, it's now -2, so 4s to hit. I'm targeting the legs. Let's see what happens. That's not a bad roll. There's 4 misses for 7 total hits. Great stuff. So I've got 7 hits. I'm at strength 7 normally, but I get +2 to this roll. The first +1 comes from the damage that the leg structure has already taken. The second comes from being in this Titan's side. Let's roll the dice and see what happens. That's an incredible result. Look at those 6s. That's 2 13s, a 14, and 3 15s.
That is 3 critical hits and 3 devastating hits.
The Warhound's machine spirit awakens as it screams in pain. It spins around, unleashes all its weapons at the wrath of Thalassia behind it. The voids hold. The objective it was carrying is thrown clear, straight forward, straight into Legio Profundis' board half.
Due to that unfortunate situation with Sea Fury, Legio Profundis' first activation in the movement phase is going to be taking Krakenbane, and he's going to be pushing his reactor to try and get some extra movement to go and chasing after that objective. Let's see what happens with the reactor. 1 point of heat on the reactor track.
The 7th sun needs to get closer into the middle of the board where all the action is, so it's going to push its reactor for more movement. Let's see what happens when I roll the reactor dice. I'm going to roll that one again. That's 1 point of heat. The Ruin of Cities needs to cool his reactor, so he's going to siphon some plasma from the plasma generator stratagem. I get to remove D3 points of plasma. Let's see what happens. That's only 1. It's not a great result. Turn 3 movement phase. Night Banner Alpha have moved up to get in melee range of the Black Trident. It's been a big movement phase. There's some key stuff that's gone on. First of all, Night Banner Beta charged and killed the Warhound holding the objective. This was big. The objective was thrown backwards, so Krakenbane has turned around to try and pick it up. He might just be able to get it off the table next turn. Turn 3 repair phase, Legio Kaustus priority. Some venting of plasma occurred across all the Titans across the battlefield, bringing their reactors down.
Legio Profundis has done the same, however we've got a key roll now on Black Trident. He's taken a lot of damage and I need to try and repair some of his critical damage. So, he's got 3 servitor clades. I'm looking for 5s and 6s. I'm going to re-roll that one. This is an excellent roll, it's just what I needed. That was an excellent roll. As a result, I've decided to repair the 2 critical hits on Black Trident in lieu of fixing the Void Shields, because I'm hoping this might keep him alive this turn.
Turn 3 combat phase, Legio Kaustus priority. To start, the Knights from House Turvik Banner Alpha have shot everything up at the Reaver Titan's already damaged body. Their combined firepower have hollowed it out, and now it's about to explode. Another incredible victory for House Turvik. The Black Trident explodes in the Knight's face. Each banner of Knight loses a Knight in the resulting explosion. The 7th Sun at the back loses 2 Void Shields, and Krakenbane loses 1.
This is being a tough turn already. Legio Profundis has lost yet another Titan. The wrath of Thalassia has decided to unleash fury upon these knights that have been causing all the trouble. It fired all of its weapons into the Legio Kaustus' Night Banner Beta. I got an unlucky hit with one of the volcanoes, and as a result there is only 1 knight still standing. We roll for the plasma reactor, and I've got to add an additional 2 points of heat. Legio Profundis' combat action phase, and the Krakenbane has decided they've had enough of this. Those knights have got to die. They've taken out too many of our Titans, so the Apocalypse Rocket Launcher turns, fires, and just deletes the remaining knight from the House Knight Beta.
7th Sun is going to open up with all its weapons at Krakenbane. Krakenbane might just win the game for Legio Profundis. It needs to die. We're going to start with the Apocalypse missile launchers. They need 3 or more to hit. That's 4 hits, 4 void shield saves.
He's only lost 1 void so far, so he's still on a 3+. I need this to survive. Excellent, they've all stopped.
After no damage from the Apocalypse Missile Launcher, it's time to open up with the Laser Blaster. It's going to be fired draining, so a reactor check needs to be made first. That's 1 point of heat. The shot's at long range, so it'll be at -1. So I need force to hit. That's 2 hits. That's great.
I've got 2 void shields to make, saves to make. Due to the shield bane weapon that has been fired, I'm now at 4s up to try and save these. Both go through, unfortunately.
Turn 3, end phase. Legio Kaustus priority. Another turn in which carnage occurred. 2 Titans have died. Most of the Knights have also died. The objective is right in the open. This could be anyone's game as we go into turn 4. Start of turn 4, massive priority roll as Krakenbane is in the open. There's some Knights chasing it down. If they get priority, it will be a big moment. Let's see what happens.
Off you go, sir.
So I get a 6.
Strong roll. I need this one.
Or
4. Misses out
4.
on priority for the 4th time in a row.
Brutal. Turn 4 strategy phase. Legio Kaustus priority. Big moment for the Knights. They pass their charge order. Can they take down a 4th Titan from Legio Profundis?
Let's hope not. Legio Profundis managed to pass all their command checks. The Warlord, Wrath of Thalassia, has got a first fire order. I was hoping to be able to get a shot off on the Knights, but that might not happen. However, the Krakenbane, he managed to get off his full stride order. This could be what wins me the game.
Turn 4 movement phase. Legio Kaustus priority. The Knights of House Turvik have rushed the back of Krakenbane. They've got 8 attacks thanks to their movement. Hitting on 2s and they're targeting the head. Let's see what happens. Incredible. They all hit. That's 8 hits. Let's roll the damage. Incredible. Look at those 6s. That's 2 direct hits and 5 devastating hits. That might be enough to do it. Knights of House Turvik have tore apart the Titan in front of them. Krakenbane is dead. This is a big moment. Now we're going to roll for catastrophic damage. Another Titan death. There was a magazine detonation that exploded. The Knights took a devastating hit and took 2 points of damage. The Wrath of Thalassia took all of the wrath of the explosion on its void shields.
As the only Titan left, the Wrath of Thalassia is going to be using its first fire order to shoot at the Reaver Titan. Let's see what the plasma reactor does. Takes 2 points of plasma heat. The 7th Sun is wide open, so I need 3s to hit. That's a hit.
That'll be 2 void shields. I'm down to 4s. Let's see what happens. That's 1 fail void. End of turn 4 movement phase. Really big moment with Krakenbane cut down from behind by the Scions of House Turvik. That is game changing. Turn 4 repair phase. Legio Kaustus priority. A fairly quiet repair phase. Both Warlord Titans vented plasma to cool their reactors. The 7th Sun in the centre of the battlefield repaired a void shield. Turn 4 combat phase. Legio Kaustus priority. The 7th Sun has unleashed all its spite and weaponry at the Wrath of Thalassia. Some fantastic shooting and some unlucky void shield saves saw all bar 1 of the void stripped. That's quite a big moment.
Legio Profundis' only combat action is for the Wrath of Thalassia to vent its rage against the Reaver Titan that is cowering behind the building. With all its weaponry, it still only manages to just strip all its shields. No damage caused. However, I've had to take 3 points of plasma heat.
The ruin of cities has opened up with all its weapons at the Wrath of Thalassia. A lot of fire, a lot of fury, but all that happened was a void shield was stripped off. That's the last action of the game. We're going to go ahead, look at the victory conditions, see what's happened. We'll see you later.
Well, holy Omnissiah, what a game. I don't think I've seen that many Titans die in a game of Adeptus Titanicus ever, frankly. That was a bit of a bloodbath, wasn't it?
It was a little bit brutal, wasn't it? A little bit brutal, I think.
Now, I don't know what your experiences are of playing Adeptus Titanicus games out there. I like to say, I've certainly never seen that many Titans die that quickly over a 4-turn game.
You're welcome.
Astounding.
You're absolutely welcome.
Well, so let's just have a little chat about the game. So we had 2 secret objectives, didn't we? So what was your objectives, Alistair?
My objective was hold the line.
Hold the line. Of course, you out there will have known that because our lovely commander would have, our tech servitor will have put that up earlier in the game. And Spencer, what was yours?
Mine was retrieval.
Okay. So when we did the tally of the points, what we came up with was Spencer scored 16, which was 10 points for the objectives being close to the table edge.
Luckily, yep.
Yeah. And 4 points for the Titan, the Warlord Titan,
yep.
and 2 points for the Knight Banner that you killed. Alistair got 34.
Gosh.
And now the vast majority of those points, you got 20 of those for keeping Spencer right back on the edge of his table. And you got the other points you got for Titan kills, didn't you? Engine kills, basically. Cool. Now, I thought it was an amazing game. I really hope you enjoyed it out there. Let's have a little chat about your man of the match, or men of the match, shall we say?
My scions of the match.
Your scions of the match. So tell us all about it. Why did these work for you, do you think?
So they were able to get in amongst the buildings, really close to enemy Titans. They couldn't be targeted, and they were just able to kind of get in underneath those voids, use those chainsaws straight into their heads.
I have to say that, if you don't mind quitting in, that was quite a key thing from my point of view, because the Warlord essentially would normally take out knights left, right and centre with the volcano cannons. There was not even any point in me trying because they were just caught, hid behind the buildings. Other Titans were in the way and all sorts of things. So they did a brilliant job there. You
did get a lucky scatter onto them, but even that, you had the Spencer classic poor dice rolling saved him a couple of ones. So that saved your banner, I think. But it was the chain charges, I think, that really did that sequence of charge after charge after charge. And of course, you got priority on every single turn.
Yes, that was really big.
I think that was key
especially with those charge actions.
Difference, sure. Big difference.
So Spencer, you've brought back your Warlord Titan, the Wrath of Thalassia.
Yes, mainly because he was the only surviving member for a start, but also because he was the only one to actually get an engine kill. He brought down the other Titan on the other Warlord on the opposite side. The
Tread of Thousands.
Tread of Thousands. Yeah. So I think that worked. I mean, for what actually happened there, that worked as I imagine a Titan game to go. So there was I had the Reaver strip void shields first. He went in, used his the volcano cannons to cause and major damage, and actually finished it off with his apocalypse launchers. Yeah,
I mean it's quite a common thing. Certainly, why this is the only loadout we've got available to the Warlords. I think what you find is people, when the shields are down, at least doing the damage with the volcano cannons and looking just to get that extra point or two of damage off the apocalypse launchers to finish it off, which is exactly what it did. That was a classic moment. I loved that. I thought as well the game, although it might have felt a bit one-sided with the amount of damage you were taking, the game was quite close till the end. I think if Black Trident, the
quite frankly, I think,
stayed,
like you said earlier, I think it was not getting the initiative on any turn.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, if I got the initiative on the last turn, that would have been a different situation. But it's the way it rolls at the end of the day.
Sure.
But yeah, it was. I think early on it was very much a swinging left, right, and centre. You were causing a lot of damage. I wasn't causing much damage, but I was holding you off, and I still had a lot of Titans left, and then I took down your Warlord, and I thought, okay, this got to start swinging. But yeah, unfortunately, it just went in the opposite direction for me.
Yeah, well, there we are. That's the way the Omnissiah crumbles. let's have a little chat about where you game and how you and where you play. So, Alice, you're now based in Birmingham, aren't you?
I am, yes.
So tell us about where you play in Birmingham.
Sure. So most of my games I play over at a club called Weapon Skill 10 in Walsall. They play at a shop called Boarding Brum. There's kind of pick-up gaming nights on Tuesdays and Thursdays as well, and the WS10 lot meet on Wednesdays. And yeah, it's a really, really broad set of games. A lot of Age of Sigmar, but you know, there's everything from Adeptus Titanicus, Lord of the Rings, to Shadespire, to 30k.
Wow.
The lot. It's a really, really great kind of group of people.
That's great. Now, Spencer goes to the same gaming club that I do, which is Leicester Fat Cats. So why don't you tell us a bit about that, Spencer?
They're a long-standing game in Leicester, longest-standing gaming club in Leicester. They've been going...
Longest?
Is it longest now? How long is it now? 15?
It's like 18 years.
18 years, wow, okay, that means we're getting old.
I was 10.
I didn't have any children when I joined.
That's scary, because I know how old your children are now.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, they've been going for a very long time. I've had a lot of connections with Games Workshop games, so 40k, Fantasy, moving on to AOS now. We've got, starting to get a much bigger following of 30k ourselves. As a result, we've moved into creating a podcast with yourself.
Which is you're one of the presenters, aren't you?
Yeah, Phosphex Party. So if you've heard of us, that's us two and our good friends Ant and Ross on that one. Generally just talking rubbish about 30k as well whenever we can do, really.
We do cover Adeptus Titanicus as well.
Absolutely, yeah. And pretty much anything that's related to the Horus Heresy, yeah.
And general nonsense. That's cool. Right, well, I'd just like to say a huge thanks to these two guys for coming in and playing. It's been an absolute blast. Been quite a long day. We've built another table for tomorrow's 30k game as well at the same time. Been an absolute blast. Hope you've enjoyed it out there. If you want to get involved, if you want to come on the 30k channel, Adeptus Titanicus, you can get in touch with us at at@the30kchannel.com. Again, we'll get our text servitor to put it on the bottom, just there. All that's left for me to say is thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget, and if your reactor's not in the red, you don't love the Emperor enough.
Leading the Legio Kaustus is a Warlord Titan. Okay.
Sorry, I'll keep rolling.
Leading the Legio Kaustus. End of Turn 1 movement phase. The Ruin of Cities and its opposing Titan, the Wrath of Thalassia, have both rotated to line up some shots at Titans for the shooting phase.
Right,
sorry, I actually hit you.
You did actually bump me in the shoulder.
Punched him solid in the shoulder.
It's fine. It wasn't in my dick.
Okay, fine.
All right,
fine.
but I've just carried on filming, so we'll go back to the start.
Cool.
Okay.
To conclude the Legio Kaustus combat phase. It's not sort of like so.
That's right. Carry on filming. Let me count you.
Next is the laser blaster. The reactor's going to be pushed because we need to drop the void shields on Warspite to give myself the shield bane special rule. That's a clean reactor. Now it's 3s to hit. It's 4s to hit. Turn 2, strategy phase. We rolled again. Unfortunately, Legio Kaustus has priority. To start, the Wrath... shot is strength 12, 2 dice. 1 is a fail, 2 is a devastating hit, 3 or more is a direct hit.
Critical hit.
Critical hit. Rolling for damage from the hit. That's a 2, which is a direct hit, which does 1 critical point of damage.
Say why.
Excellent result. That's a Titan death in the centre of the battlefield. As Warspite exploded, it did damage to all the Titans around it. It did some damage to the body of Sea Fury. I forgot the name of that Titan, I'm really sorry.
Okay.
Legio Profundis' next combat action is for the Wrath of Thalassia to take a shot at the now voidless... nope, sorry, I've forgotten his name. Let's see what location we've got on these hits. We've hit a weapon. Let's see what damage we cause.
No.
That's another Titan death.
I'll just keep rolling. spin.
Sorry.
Can you just either take your mic?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah. Just put it somewhere where we can't hear you rattling with a metal foil. Okay, and then 4 void shields.
1, 2, 3, piss.
Oh shit!
Okay, Boris, you can put a big skull over this or something else to indicate that the Titan has gone supernova.
It's fucked.
Oh no! It's got damage spread all over it. And then, so basically just move it off the end.
1, 2, and it's dead, Boris. It's fucking dead, mate. Now let's roll to hit. I need a 5 or more. If I get the
I'll keep rolling. Hang on. Wait.
Legio Profundis, as part of the movement phase.
for Legio Kaustus, the tread of thou. I was about to say. Turn 2, end phase. Legio Profundis priority.
Legio Kaustus priority.
I'll keep rolling. Hold on.
End of turn 3 movement phase. Not much has happened, but some fairly important moves have been made. Does that make any sense?
And also, you've killed a Warhound in this turn, so that's quite an important thing.
Sorry. End of turn 3 movement phase. Knight Banner Alpha has moved up to go for Krakenbane in the combat phase.
No,
it's Black Triton.
Sorry.
So we've got 2 Void Shield saves to make. Still on a 3+.
So 4+. Because of training.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Start turn 4. Priority is really important, as I might just. Sorry, no, that's a lie.
It's alright. I'll keep rolling. Sure.
Turn 4 movement phase. Legio Kaustus priority. The Knights of House Turvik have rushed the back of the. Kraken. I was about to call it the Black Kraken. Sorry about that. End of turn 4 and the final movement phase. I'm sorry, I've just.
It's alright.
Turn 4.
End of turn 4 movement phase.
Sure. Okay. The 7th Sun. Do I need to say what phase it is?
Yeah. No. Yes, because it's start the combat phase.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Hold on.
Ah, cool.
Well.
I'm talking.